Good to go. Good evening, and welcome to this evening's Healthletica Wave class. My name is Abby, and I am honored to be guiding you through your practice this evening. If you have props, perhaps some blocks and a strap, or maybe even a light blanket, I would suggest keeping them nearby. There are some moves here that you may want to use some props for. We will begin this evening's practice in Shavasana. So if you aren't there already, kindly make your way to your back. Allow your feet to splay as wide as the mat. And starting to relax the body. Arms are down by your side. Perhaps the palms are up to receive, or palms down, maybe to ground. Shoulders tuck in slightly, maybe tucking the chin in towards the chest a little bit. Starting to come to this space and this time. Switching from doing into being. Breathing deeply in and out through the nose. Starting to feel the entire body relax. And inviting some deep belly breathing here. Inhaling through the nose, allow the belly to expand and rise while you keep the chest neutral. And then exhale, allow the belly to fall and contract. Navel draws towards the spine. Inhale, belly expands and rises. Chest stays neutral. And exhale, allow the belly to fall. Stay with this deep breathing as you start to relax, and perhaps set an intention for your practice this evening. Something that resonates with you today, something positive. Or maybe thinking of blessings. When we spend our time focusing on the blessings that surround us every day, it opens us up to seeing these blessings more and more, and starts to take away any burden that we may feel we have or experience. Blessings come to us in many different ways. Some can be very subtle, and some can be very extreme. Either way, if we focus on these, we tend to lead more into a positive way of life and see the blessings daily. Slowly starting to bring awareness back to the breath and awareness back to the body. Pointing and flexing the toes, wiggling the fingers, maybe circling the wrists, circling the ankles. And then taking a deep inhale breath, raising the arms up and overhead, coming into a nice full body stretch here. Feeling every muscle starting to contract as you pull the hands and the feet in opposite directions. And exhale, release. Inhale one more time. Hands and feet in opposite directions. Feel the legs contract, the belly, the chest, the arms. And then exhale, release. Exhale, bring the knees in to the chest and give them a hug. Gently rocking the knees side to side, massaging the back into the mat. Sending some breath into the low spine. And then gently placing your hands on top of your knees. We'll do some knee circles here just to waken up the hips and the low back. Starting with little circles and then expanding your circle. And then when you're ready, you can circle it the other way. You're maybe starting with smaller circles and then expanding that circle. And knees back to center, give them one more squeeze. Lower the sole of the left foot down to the mat. Inhale that right foot all the way up to the sky, flex that foot. Hands come down to the side of the body. And then point the foot, toes towards the sky, feeling a nice stretch in the front of the foot. Flex that foot. One more time, point the right toes to the sky. And then take a moment here, just drawing little circles with the toes, moving the ankle in one direction, and then circling the other way. And then bring the foot back to center, flex that foot one more time, and very slowly lower that right leg. Heel comes towards the mat. Making sure you don't rest at the bottom. We want to hover the leg. Put an inch or two off the mat here. So when you get to your lowest point without touching the mat, hold here for a couple of breaths. Breathing into the leg and the hips. On your next exhale, bring the knee in towards the chest. Squeeze the knee towards the chest, lower, lengthen that left leg. And then inhale, knee comes to center. Exhale that right knee towards the right armpit. Breathing into the inner and outer thigh. Inhale, release the knee back to center. Exhale one more time, pressing the knee towards the chest. Inhale, center. Last time, take that knee to the armpit. Inhale, back to center. And then lower that right foot to the inside of the left knee. Arms come out to a T position. Nice deep inhale breath. Exhale, slowly lower that right knee towards the left side of the body. Trying to keep the shoulders on the mat. And then if you can, if it's comfortable for you, turn to gaze over that right shoulder. So the goal here is to try to keep the shoulders on the mat rather than bringing the knee all the way down to the floor. Just feeling a nice spinal twist here, breathing into the entire spinal column, wakening things up. Inhale the right knee back to center. Hands come back to the side. And then inhale that left foot all the way up to the sky. Point the toes towards the sky. And then flex that foot. Again, point the toes, feeling a nice stretch in the front of the left foot. And then flex. One more time, point that foot and then just draw some circles here. Circling the foot one way. Awakening the foot, the ankle, and even coming into the calf muscle here. And then circle the other way. Foot comes back to center, flex that foot one more time, and then slowly lower the heel. towards the mat. Again, we don't want to release the foot all the way to the mat. We want to hover the heel about an inch or two away. And then once you've reached that spot, just hold here and breathe into it. Perhaps finding some Ujjayi breath here, maybe your ocean breath. Keeping that foot flexed. On your next exhale, bring that left knee in towards the chest. Give it a squeeze and then lengthen out that right leg. Inhale, bring that knee back to center. And then exhale, left knee comes towards that left armpit, breathing in to the inner and outer thigh. Inhale the knee back to center. And then exhale, squeeze the knee to the chest one more time. Knee comes back to center. And one last time, knee to the armpit. And release the knee to center. Lower the left knee or leg down. Foot comes beside the right knee. Arms come out to a T position. Nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, slowly lower that left knee to the right side of the body. Again, trying to keep the shoulders on the mat. And if it's comfortable for you, you can turn to gaze over that left shoulder. Breathing into the low back. Breathing into the shoulders. Awakening the spine. On your next inhale, you can bring that left knee back up. And the right knee comes to meet the left. Exhale, one more squeeze. Bring the knees into the chest. Hug the knees. And then place the hands on the back of the thighs, slowly rocking up to a seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, crown of the head goes towards the sky. And then slowly lower that right ear to the right shoulder. Opening up on the left side here from the ear all the way down the neck and into the shoulder. Inhale the head back to center. Exhale, other side. Feeling a nice deep stretch all the way from the ear, through the neck and down into the shoulder. Inhale the head back to center. And imagining a marker on the tip of your nose, we'll draw some circles here. Starting small and then expanding the circle when you're ready. So again, this movement is the head going up and down rather than forward and back. Nice, slow, gentle movements. And then circle it the other way. And then bringing the head back to center. Lengthening the spine one more time. And we'll do some shoulder rolls here, rolling the shoulders one way. Starting to open up the back, the shoulders, and the chest. And then rolling the shoulders the other way. And we'll do some shoulder shrugs, so raising the shoulders up to the ears and then lowering them down. Raise and lower. Doing this a few more times here. Inhaling as you raise, exhale as you lower. And then coming back to seated. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, reaching forward, forward fold. So the chest comes down as far as you can go, as long as your sits bones are still on the mat. Trying to keep length in the spine here. And the neck is neutral. Breathing into the hips. Trying to keep the spine nice and straight and tall. And then on your next inhale, walk the hands back towards the body. And then shift the feet over to one side. Coming into our tabletop. Making sure our alignment is on, so knees are hip width apart. Making sure the hips are above the knees. Hands, spread those fingers nice and wide. And the joints in the hands and the arms are stacked. So wrists are under the elbows, elbows under the shoulders. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. And then on your next exhale, lower the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, coming into cow. Exhale, rounding out the spine, pushing the weight into the knees and the hands, opening up the thoracic vertebrae into cat. Inhale, coming back into cow. Belly lowers, tailbone lifts, chest rises. Exhale, rounding out the spine, coming into your cat, pushing maybe a little bit further, trying to raise the spine a little bit closer to the ceiling. Inhale, back into your cow. Taking 3 more, linking the movements here to your own breath. Making sure you're inhaling into your cow and exhaling into your cat. And when you're ready, we'll meet back in tabletop. Opening up the side body here. We're going to walk the hands to the right here, making a C shape with our spine. Gazing over that right heel, if that's good for you. Breathing into the left side body. Inhale, walk the hands back to center. And exhale, walk the hands now over to the left side, creating a nice C shape with the spine. And again, if you can, turn to gaze over that heel. Inhale the hands back to center. And then walking the palms, one palm print ahead, curling the toes under, coming up and into plank. Holding here for a moment. If you like, you can modify here. You can lower the knees down to the mat. And then slowly on the next exhale, lowering down all the way to the belly. And then on your next exhale, lifting up, coming into baby cobra. Neck stays neutral. And lowering down. Inhale, coming back up to baby cobra. This time, maybe the arms hover over the mat. Again, keeping the neck neutral. Exhale, lower. One last time. Inhale, coming up. Baby cobra, maybe the hands come off the mat. Perhaps the feet lift off the mat. Neck stays neutral. And relax. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Gently push the weight up And then the hips come back, sits bones to the heels, coming into child's pose. Taking a moment here to remember that this is the rest and restore pose. So at any time throughout your practice, if you feel you need a break, always come to child's pose. You're always welcome to come here. It's your practice. Be mindful of your body and where you're at. And then inhale, coming back up to our table, taking a moment here just to check our alignment, making sure the hips are above the knees and the joints in the arms are stacked. Inhale, bringing that left hand up, palm faces the midline, and then sending that right foot back, imagining a nice straight line from the tip of the hand to the heel of the foot, holding here, flexing that right foot. And then exhale, bring the knee and the elbow together, rounding out the spine. Inhale, come back and lengthen. Foot flexed, arm is nice and long. Exhale, knee to the elbow, rounding out the spine. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. And then release the hand to the mat, the knee to the mat. Again, check in with alignment as we prepare for the same thing on the other side. Inhale, the right hand comes up, turn the palm so it faces the midline. Left leg comes back, flex the foot, creating lots of length here, pulling the hand and the heel in opposite direction. Exhale, bring the knee and the elbow, round out the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Last time, exhale, rounding out the back. Knee meets the elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower the hand and the knee to the mat. Taking any movements you need here. Maybe rocking the hips side to side, front to back. And then walking the palms, one palm print ahead, coming back, flip your toes, lift your hips, sending the hips up high and back, coming into our first downward facing dog. And pedaling out the feet here. Taking nice deep breaths here again, maybe finding your Ujjayi breath. Your ocean breathing. Maybe you can take the heels side to side if you like, sway the hips. And then inhale, look ahead and slowly walk the feet to the front of the mat to meet the hands. And holding here in a fold, feet are hip width apart or maybe two fist width, allowing the head weight to fall, crown of the head towards the mat. Slight bend in the knees if you need. Just relaxing here. Maybe nodding the head yes and no. Or taking the hands to the opposite elbow and swaying side to side. And then coming back to center, release the hands. And very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, stacking them on top of each other, coming on up. Head comes up last. Very good. Inhale, the arms come up overhead. Perhaps the hands touch if you can. Exhale, hinge at the hips, lead with the chest, fold forward. Inhale, coming up halfway, hands can either be on the mat, on the shins, on the thighs, but please don't push or put any extra pressure on the knees. Nice L shape with the body. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, the hands come up. Perhaps the hands touch, maybe a slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One last time. Inhale, the hands come up. Perhaps they touch, maybe a deeper back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Add a little bit of heat to this. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, send the feet back. Inhale, shift the body forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lift the hips, coming into downward dog. Taking 3 breaths here. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And inhale, look ahead. Walk, hop, or jump to the front of the mat, coming up halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up overhead. Slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, send the feet back. Shift the weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Trying to get the heels to the mat if you can. Slight bend to the knees if you need. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, look ahead. Walk, hop, or jump to the front of the mat. Coming up halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last time, a little bit quicker this time. Inhale, the hands come up. Slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, send the feet back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths here. Inhale, look ahead. Walk, hop, or jump to the front of the mat. Coming up halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Very good. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, send the feet back. Shift the body forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, coming into downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg comes up. Flex the foot, hold here for a minute. And then exhale, draw the knee to the chest. Place the hand or the foot between the hands. Turn the back heel in so the foot is at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, coming up to warrior one. Holding here, holding strong in your warrior. Weight is evenly distributed between the 2 feet. Ankle and knee are in line, making sure the knee is not splaying inward or outward. Arms are up. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Gaze can be straight ahead. Gaze can be up. And perhaps if it's good for you, palms can be together. Now, coming onto the ball of the back foot, turn the heel out slightly so the edge of the foot is on the long edge of the mat. Coming into high lunge. Exhale, bring the hands to either side of the foot. Placing the left hand on the inside of the foot. Inhale, bringing that right arm all the way up. Coming into a twist. Gaze can be down at the foot. The gaze can be center, or perhaps you're gazing up at the extended hand. Seeing if you can stack the shoulders. Very good. Inhale, bring the hand back towards the feet. Send that right foot back. Shift the body forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Holding here for 3 breaths. And then inhale, that left foot comes up. Hold here, flex that foot. Exhale, draw the knee to the chest, plant the hand or the foot between the hands, turn that back heel in at 45. Inhale, coming up, warrior 1. Knee is over the ankle. You should be able to see the front toe, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, standing tall and strong in your warrior. Gaze is a forward, or perhaps gaze is up. Maybe the palms come together. And coming up slightly onto the ball of the back foot, turn the heel out, coming into high lunge. And then exhale, bring the hands down either side of the foot. Right foot or right hand comes to the inside of the left foot. Inhale, that left hand comes up into a twist. Gaze can be down at the foot. Perhaps the neck is neutral, or maybe you're looking up at the extended hand, trying to keep the shoulders aligned. Holding strong and breathing. Exhale, bring that hand back to the other side of the foot. Send that foot back. Shift the weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Holding here for a breath. Inhale, looking ahead, walk, hop, or jump to the front of the mat, coming up halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Very good. Opportunity to take some water if you need. A quick drink. Before we carry on with that series. Again, finding your way to the top of your mat. Feet are strong, about hip width apart. Inhale, the arms come up. Slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, send the feet back. Shift the body forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Holding here for a breath. Inhale, lifting that right leg up to the sky. Bending the knee. And then perhaps turning the hips, stacking the hips. Inhale, bring the hips parallel to the mat, straighten out that leg. Exhale, draw the knee towards the chest, plant the foot between the hands. Turning the back heel so it's in line with the front. Edge of the foot is in parallel with the short edge of the mat. Inhale, the arms coming up to warrior 2. Nice and strong here. Shoulders face the front of the room. Arms are long, gazing over the front, fingertips. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, bring that front forearm down to the knee. And that left arm comes up and over for extended side angle. Holding strong here. Gaze can be down at the foot, neutral or up. Open that left shoulder up. Inhale, coming back up to warrior two, nice and strong, perhaps sinking it a little deeper into the front leg if you can. And then turn that front palm up, reverse your warrior. Nice and strong here. Gazing up at that hand if you can. Exhale back to warrior two. We'll flow through those two movements. So exhale, bring the forearm down, back down to the leg. Arm comes up overhead. Extended side angle. Inhale, coming back up. Reverse your warrior, palm faces up. Inhale, arms come back down. One more time, side angle. Forearm to the leg. Opening up that left shoulder. Inhale, coming back up. Palm turns up. Reverse your warrior. Sinking into that front leg. Exhale back into warrior two. Holding strong here. Cartwheel the hands down to either side of the foot. Send that right foot back. Inhale, shift the body forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths here. And then inhale, that left leg comes up and back, three-legged dog. And then bend the knee and turn the hips, stack the hips. Opening up here, breathing into it. And then bringing the hips parallel to the mat. Straighten out that leg. Exhale, bring the knee towards the chest. Foot places between the hands. Turn the back heel in. So the edge of the foot is parallel with the short edge of the mat. And inhale, coming up to your warrior two. Nice and strong. Chest faces the front of the room, or the side of the room, I guess. Lengthening through the fingers, gazing over the middle finger of the left hand. Again, being aware of the alignment of the front foot and knee. Knee should be over the ankle. Exhale, left forearm comes down to the thigh, and then the right arm comes up overhead, opening that right shoulder, opening the chest. Gaze can be down, gaze can be neutral, or up at the extended hand. Breathing into the side body here. Inhale, coming back up to warrior two. Maybe sinking into the front leg just a little bit deeper. Turn that front palm up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And again, we'll flow through those two movements. Exhale, coming back down. Forearm comes to the thigh. Right hand comes overhead. Inhale, back up. Palm turns, reverse your warrior. One more time. Exhale, forearm comes down to the knee, arm comes up and overhead, opening the chest. Inhale, back up. Palm turns up, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, coming back to warrior two. Strong arms, lower the shoulders from the ears. Cartwheel the hands over that front foot. Send that left foot back. Inhale the body forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. Inhale, that right leg comes up, three-legged dog. Holding here. Exhale, bring that right knee towards the right elbow. Inhale, coming back up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee comes towards the right chest. Round out the spine. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee comes to the left elbow this time. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, release that foot to the mat, coming into downward dog, taking a couple breaths here. Finding your Ujjayi breath. And then inhale, that left foot comes up, three-legged dog. Holding that left foot strong, flexing the foot. Exhale, left knee comes to the left elbow. Inhale, coming back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee comes in towards the chest. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that left knee towards the right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, release that foot to the floor, to the mat. Downward facing dog. Taking a couple breaths here. Inhale, look ahead. Walk, hop, or jump to the front of your mat. Coming up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Very good, shaking it out. Inhale, the arms come up overhead. And then exhale, slowly sink it down into chair. Being mindful here of the knees. The knees should be parallel to one another. You should be able to see your toes. Holding here. Nice and strong. Perhaps lifting the heels. And lowering the heels, maybe lifting the toes. Very good. And then exhale, bringing the hands towards heart center. And bringing the right elbow over towards the left knee, coming into a twist. Hands at the sternum, opening up the heart. Inhale, coming back to center. And then exhale, that left elbow over the right knee. Coming into a twist. Hands towards the sternum. Heart is open. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, raise all the way up. And then hands come down to heart center. Shaking it out. Again, opportunity for water if you need to. And we'll go into our balancing series. So when you're ready, coming to the front of your mat, rooting through the feet. So lifting the toes, lowering the toes, feeling the feet connected in all four corners. Inhale the hands to heart center. And then lifting onto the ball of the right foot, turning the heel in towards the ankle as a kickstand. For tree, you can stay here if you like. Or perhaps bringing the knee on the shin, or bringing the knee up in towards the thigh. Just please don't place the foot, on the knee. We don't want any added pressure on the knee. So you can stay here, staring ahead at something that's not moving, focusing on being rooted and grounded. And when you're ready, if you like, you can inhale the hands up. Then exhale, open, growing some branches in your tree. Again, trying to keep the ears away from the shoulders. And if you like, if you want, you can sway your branches if you're feeling balanced this evening. Strong and rooted. Inhale, the hands come back together. Exhale down to heart center and release the leg. Shaking that out. Again, taking a moment to ground through the feet again. Lifting and lowering the toes. Feeling 4 corners of the foot connected. And then rolling onto the ball of the left foot, turning the heel in. Staying here if you like, and kickstand. Or this variation of tree, or perhaps you can move your foot up to your side of your shin, or maybe even up to the inner thigh. Maybe half lotus if you like, but again, please keep the foot from putting pressure on the knee. Holding strong, holding rooted, gazing ahead. And when you're ready, inhale the hands up. Exhale, growing your branches. Holding strong. If you fall out, that's okay. Come back to where you were. Inhale the hands back to center. Exhale down to heart center and remove that leg. Shaking it out. Very good. Again, rooting through that right foot. Finding balance. Inhale that left leg up. Keep that foot flexed. Knee comes to a 90 degree. And then bringing the ankle over that right knee. Holding here if you like. Hands to heart center into figure 4. Or if you like to take this deeper, you can bend, send the hips back. Coming to a seated type position. Elbows maybe can meet the knee and the ankle. You can hold here if you like. If you want to take it deeper, hands can come down to the mat. And you can straighten out that supporting foot. Allow the crown to face the mat. Breathing here. If your supported leg is straightened, bend it slowly. Bringing the hands back to heart center, and then slowly making your way up, releasing the leg and shaking it out. Same thing other side, rooting through that left foot. Inhale, the right knee comes up, flex that foot, and then placing the ankle over the knee, above the knee, I should say. And staying here if you like, or if you want to take it deeper. Sending the hips back, sitting down into your figure 4, taking it as low as you can go. Staying here if you like to deepen it. Perhaps the hands come to the mat, straightening out the supporting leg, and lower the head weight down. If your supporting leg is straightened, you can bend it. Slowly bringing the hands back to heart center, and then making your way up. Releasing the foot, releasing the hand. Very good. Shaking it all out. At the top of your mat, inhale the arms up overhead. Slight back bend here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, send the feet back, lower the knees, and then send the sits bones to the heels, coming into child's pose, taking a moment here to rest. Hands can be stretched out in front of you or down at your sides. Whatever feels good for you. And then when you're ready, shifting the body up back into our tabletop. Knees are hip-width apart. Wrists are stacked underneath the shoulders. Elbows are above the wrists. And then slowly taking that right hand, moving it in just a little bit so that it's underneath the nose. Inhale that left hand all the way up, reaching for the sky. And then exhale, bringing that hand, threading the needle, coming on down, shoulder and ear on the ground. Hips stay high. Breathing into this move, starting to relax the body, starting to calm the body. Right hand can be on the mat, or perhaps you can have it on your low back. Or maybe if you bind, you can bring it around to take hold of that left inner thigh. If you're binding, release that hand, bringing it back to the mat, and then pushing into that right hand, bringing yourself back up into table. And then slowly bringing the left hand just underneath the nose here. Inhale, that right hand comes all the way up, reaching high for the sky. And then exhale, taking that right hand, threading the needle through. Shoulder and ear to the mat. Hips stay nice and high. So again, that hand can be supported on the mat, or maybe you can take the left hand onto the low back, or reaching around, binding. Left hand can take the right inner thigh. And whatever variation you're doing, just ensuring that your ear and shoulder remain on the mat. And just starting to calm the body. If you're binding, release that hand, bring it back to the mat. And then pushing the weight into the left hand, coming back up into our table. Taking a moment here, maybe just shifting the hips and the shoulders. And then slowly coming back. So the sits bones are on the heels. Sitting up nice and tall. Preparing for hero pose. So you can stay here if this is comfortable for you. Maybe if you have blocks, you might want to have them here to support the hands. So you're nice and tall. Or if you like, slide the heels out to the side of the hips. You can stay here if you like, or slowly making your way back. You can come onto your forearms if that's good for you. Or perhaps coming all the way down to your back. Holding here for a few breaths. Breathing into the front of the legs, into the quadriceps. Sending energy there. And when you're ready, very slowly making your way back up. And then shifting the heels back underneath the buttocks, standing tall or sitting tall. And then shift the ankles out to one side. Bringing the legs in front, nice and wide. Inhale the arms up here. Exhale, forward fold. Arms come out to the center. Again, we're trying to keep lengthen the spine here, and the neck stays neutral. So keeping the back nice and straight. Your hands can be closer to your thighs or walking it out as wide as you can or as far as you can. The goal is to have the chest come towards the thighs. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. So if you need support, maybe if you need a block underneath your chest. On your next exhale, round the back, allow the chin to come into the chest and the crown of the head to fall. Breathing into those inner thighs. Inhale, lifting the head. And exhale, slowly walking the hands over to the right. Perhaps you're holding on to the calf or the ankle, or maybe the hands can come to the outside of the foot. If you need to, if you're starting to feel it a little too strenuous, just back your hands off a little bit. Inhale, walking the hands back to center. And then exhale, walking them over to the left side. Gaze can be at the toes. And then inhale, walking the hands back to center. And then slowly walking the hands back towards the body, shaking the legs out. And then bringing the feet towards the front of the mat. Slowly lowering down. Knees come up to the chest, give them a nice squeeze here, just release the low back. Perhaps rocking side to side, or forward and back. And then lower that left foot to the mat. If you have a strap, place the strap on the ball of the right foot. And then inhale that right foot up towards the sky. The right hand is extended, the right arm is extended. You don't want the arm to be bent. You don't want to pull where you're shaking for this. Just feeling a nice stretch here. If you don't have a strap, perhaps the hand is up, interlaced behind the calf, or interlaced behind the thigh. Or maybe even taking your peace fingers and wrapping them around your big toe. Breathing into the hamstring here and into the calf as well. And then releasing the strap, releasing the hands, lowering the sole of the right foot down to the mat. And the same thing on the left side. So again, if you have a strap, making sure the strap is on the ball of the left foot. Left hand is, arm is extended, holding here. Or perhaps your hands are interlaced behind the thigh, behind the calf. Or peace fingers are wrapped around the big toe. Breathing into that left hamstring and calf, sending lots of oxygen and energy there. And then releasing, removing the strap, releasing the hands. Left sole of the foot comes down to the mat. Straighten out that right leg. Inhale the arms to T position. And then exhale, slowly lower that left knee towards the right side of the body. Again, keeping the shoulders on the mat if you can. Gazing over the left shoulder. Or if you want to deepen this, you can take the right hand and just place it on the left thigh. Breathing into that side body. Sending energy into the spinal column and all your internal organs. If your hand is on the thigh, remove the hand back to T position and inhale that left knee back to center. Right foot comes up to meet the left. Left leg straightens. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower that right knee towards the left side of the body. Gazing over the right shoulder, if that's good for you. Again, trying to keep the shoulders on the mat. And if you'd like to deepen this, you can place the left hand onto the right thigh, adding a little leverage, deepening the twist. And again, at any time, if you feel it's too much, please back out of it a little bit. If your hand is on the thigh, remove the hand. Inhale the knee back to center. And then the left foot comes to meet the right. Inhale the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Hands come to place on the outside of the feet as the elbows come to the inside of the knees. Coming into happy baby. Keeping the tailbone low. Drawing the knees down. Maybe pushing into the feet with the hands as you press into the hands with the feet. And maybe tucking the chin into the chest a little bit, looking left and right and left. And perhaps rocking, bringing the head back to center and maybe rocking in your happy baby, massaging the low back, into the kidneys. And then making your way back to center. Release the hands from the feet. Bring the soles of the feet to the edge of the mat. Nice and wide. Hands come out to T position. We'll take a couple of windshield wiper moves here. So we inhale. Exhale, lower the knees to the right side. Holding here for a minute. Breathing into the left side body. You'll feel this from the front of the leg all the way up, past the hip and even into the side obliques. Inhale the knees back to center. Exhale, lowering to the left side. Breathing into the right side body here. Inhale the knees back to center. And linking the movement with your own breath. 2 more times each side. Making sure you inhale up and exhale lower. Bringing the knees back to center, lowering the legs, straightening them out, making sure that the heels are on the outer sides of the mat. Preparing for our final relaxation, bringing the arms down to the side of the body. Allowing the feet to splay. Arms along the side. Perhaps tucking in the shoulder blades. Maybe tucking the chin towards the chest a little bit. Feeling the feet warm, ankles heavy, the legs starting to surrender to the mat. The abdomen, the chest and the shoulders sink into gravity. The arms are heavy. Shoulders relaxed, the neck is relaxed, the jaw relaxes, tongue removes from the roof of the mouth, cheeks start to fall, eyes fall into their sockets, mind is completely relaxed. As you breathe deeply here in and out through your nose, feel the blessings with every inhale breath and every exhale breath. Slowly bringing awareness back to the breath, bringing awareness back to the body, maybe pointing and flexing the feet, rolling the wrist, opening and closing the fingers, And then when you're ready, inhale your right arm overhead, bend your knees, rolling over into a fetal position. And then when you're ready, gently coming up to seated with your eyes closed or gently closed. Bringing the hands to heart center. Taking a moment here to feel the blessing of your practice. To feel the blessing of your being. And the blessing of taking this time and space for yourself. I thank you for blessing me with your energy this evening. My light to yours. Namaste.
Namaste.